Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So before we start, I would like you to like and subscribe my channel. So what topic that we are going to discuss today? You see this picture? So this is the picture of an apple in a weighing scale. So do you see the weight of this apple? Right, correct. This apple has weight 278 gram. Do you know how do we weigh an apple? Yes, we are using this weighing scale. But how about how we weigh an atom? So what is the unit of the atomic weight? Since that atom is the smallest particles, so how can that we cannot see it in our naked eyes? So how do we weigh the atoms? So that is what I want to discuss today. So there is two types of weight of atoms, which is the first one is the relative atomic mass, and the other one is the relative molecular mass. So shall we start right now? So we go to the first one, which is relative atomic mass. So what is atomic mass? So atomic mass is mass of an atom and also called as atomic weight. So it depends on the number of protons, electrons and neutrons it contains. So as we have learned before, the weight of proton is approximately as 1 AMU. For the neutron is approximately as 1 AMU, and the electron is the smallest weight, is the smallest particles, and it is the weight of the electron is nearly 0. So the unit of atomic mass is AMU, stand for atomic, A for atomic, M for mass, U for unit. So how to determine this atomic mass? So we will use carbon-12 atom as a comparison of mass. Why we use carbon-12 atom? Because carbon-12 atom consists of 6 proton and 6 neutron. So that make the mass of carbon-12 atom as 12 AMU. As I just said before, for proton, 1 proton weight equals to 1 AMU, and 1 electron, 1 neutron weight as 1 AMU. So total atomic mass for carbon is 12 AMU. For example, mass of hydrogen atom is 8.4% of mass of carbon atom. So how do we calculate the mass of hydrogen atom when we compare the mass of hydrogen atom to carbon-12 atom? So mass of hydrogen atoms is 4.4% of the mass of carbon atom. So mass of carbon atom here, we know that it is 12 AMU. So 8.4% from 12 AMU is 1.008 AMU. So right now we have calculated the mass of hydrogen atom as 1.008 AMU. That is how we determine the atomic mass of certain atom. So what is atomic mass unit? So 1 AMU is equals to a mass exactly equals to 1 to the power of 12, the mass of a carbon-12 atom. Okay, 1 AMU is equals to 1 over 12, the mass of a carbon-12 atoms. Okay, so 1 AMU also is equals to 1.66 times 2 10 to the power of 24 gram. It is smaller, right? Smaller than 1 gram. It's a lot of 0 here. Okay, it is 1.66 times to 10 to the power of negative 24 gram. It is the lightest. 1 AMU is the lightest weight in the world, right? So what is the relative atomic mass? So relative atomic mass, or the symbol is AR, is defined as the mass of one atom of an element compared to 1/12 the mass of one atom of 12 carbon with the mass 12 AMU. So we illustrate the definition as a formula. So we get relative atomic mass is equals to mass of one atom of an element, okay, mass of one atom of elements divided by, so compare to, so divide by 1/12 times mass of one atom of carbon 12. So the relative atomic mass is dimensionless, means that there is no unit. The value of relative atomic mass is no unit. So how do we calculate the relative atomic mass? For example, determine the relative atomic mass of hydrogen atom. So the relative atomic mass of hydrogen atom, so we substitute the formula. So the mass of hydrogen atom that we have calculated earlier is 1.008 AMU divided by 1/12 times mass of carbon 12 atom, which is 12 AMU. So right now we can cancel the unit AMU and we can cancel the number 12 here. So what we get is 1.008 without unit. So because the unit we have cancelled here. So this is the relative atomic mass of hydrogen. And then earlier I have shown before. Okay, this one is the atomic mass of hydrogen. Okay, 1.008 AMU. But if the question asks you to calculate the relative atomic mass, it is the 1.008 only, because from the calculation that we have here, so the unit AMU has been cancelled. So that's why the relative atomic mass of hydrogen is only 1.008. Now we go to the next part, which is relative molecular mass. So what is molecular mass? Molecular mass is a mass of a molecule. So a total it is the total of the atomic mass of all atoms in the molecular formula. And the unit is also AMU. So, for example, calculate the molecular mass of molecule C5H5N. So, mass of C5H5N is equals to 5. 5 of carbon means that 5 times 12 AMU, 1 carbon, 12 AMU. So 5 carbon, 5 times 12 AMU plus hydrogen here, 5 times 1 AMU plus nitrogen is 14.0. We only has one nitrogen. So the total here is 79.0 AMU. So this is the molecular mass of molecule C5H5N. Okay, that is how we calculate the molecular mass of C5H5N. How about relative molecular mass? What is relative molecular mass? So the relative molecular mass, the symbol is Mr. Okay, the symbol is Mr, is defined as the mass of one molecule of a compound compared to 1/12 the mass of one atom of 12 carbon with the mass 12 AMU. So the relative molecular mass is also dimensionless. It means that there is no unit for the final answer. So the relative molecular mass Mr equals to mass of one molecule of a compound Okay, divide by 1 over 12 times mass of one atom of 12 carbon. So that is the mass of one molecule of a compound divided by 1 over 12 times mass of one atom of 12 carbon. So, for example, determine the relative molecular mass of C5H5N. So, the relative molecular mass of C5H5N is 79 AMU that we have calculated earlier, divided by, this is the mass of molecular mass of C5H5N. So, divide by 1 over 12 times 12 AMU. So, we can cancel the unit AMU and the number 12. So, leave the answer is 79.0. So, this is the relative molecular mass of C5H5N. So, for the exercise, I have give you the final answer here. So, to calculate the relative molecular mass of each of the following compound, we have sodium bromide, lead sulfate, calcium hydroxide, sodium phosphate, ammonium carbonate. So, this is the final answer. So, to answer this exercise, you may pause the video. Okay, can you see the answer? Okay, second question. Determine the relative atomic mass of an element Y if the ratio of the atomic mass of Y to carbon 12 atom is 0.75. Okay, I have give you the final answer. So, means that your job is just to show the calculation to get the final answer. So, for exercise 3, the ratio of the mass of a nitrogen atom to the mass of an atom of 12 carbon is 7, 6. And the ratio of the mass of nitrogen to oxygen in N2O is 7, 4. Find the mass of an atom oxygen. So, the answer is, okay, 16 AMU. So, make sure that you show the calculation to get the 16 AMU. Okay, I think that's all for my video today. So, hope that you can answer all of the question and don't hesitate to ask me in the comment below. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.